Hey guys, this is really weird because I'm about to talk about something that happened back in September and it's May now. But if you guys saw how YouTube and Google like merged together, you'll understand. Because I fucked up and I accidentally merged them together, not realizing that I was merging them together, and so I have to. Granted, they're still on YouTube. I want to be able to have easier access to. Sorry, I'm trying to get something out of my pocket. Easier access to all of my videos. You know what I mean? Like, duh. Because I like to show them to people and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm currently getting them all from my old YouTube to my now Gmail YouTube, and noticed that from some old concerts that I didn't post the experiences or even like so much as the videos, but so, and I only post the videos for the bands who I've met, like when I go and I see the band and I also meet the band. Yeah, so the last one I did was back in October, or like meet and greet video was in October 2012, and now just an FYI, you can skip past all this crap to the actual experience if you want to, because I'm just trying to get a rundown of what's going on. So the next one after that, meeting-wise, would have been, hold on, let me think about that. It would have been actually Warped Tour of last year. So June 15th, 2013, Auburn, Washington, just to give you the general idea of what's going on. And it's not going to be that long of a video because it's Warped Tour, as you know, and you don't get like that long with the bands that you meet if you meet anybody. So that's why I'm hoping this video isn't super long. But when I was there, I met I met the Somerset and I met Sleeping with Sirens. And I'll start with the Somerset. One, because there's more to discuss. And two, because they hung out afterwards. So I have more, like, yeah. And I met them first out of the entire day. So I figured I'll just go in order. So, I want to say, their signing was at like 2 o'clock or something like that. I don't remember. God, it was like a year ago. Cut me some slack. Okay. Sorry, my phone went off. So their signing on was, I'm just going to guess it was at 2-ish. I met up with my friend right beforehand, and then we decided to walk over. And it was like literally like a very last minute decision, like 10 minutes before the signing, 10 minutes before, like, we would have had to head over there, that I randomly decided, hell yeah, why not? I got nothing better to do. Like, I was going to watch Bless the Fall by these two girls that I came with, but because I didn't know any of their songs, sorry, I decided I was going to go to their signing instead because I figured I know them and I haven't met them before, so why not? And we're waiting there, and waiting there, and waiting there, and we're just like, what the fuck? Well, finally they come. And we walk up, and Josh was first, and I didn't really get to say very much because, like I said, it was a signing, so you don't really get much talking time, as you should, which I think is kind of it is what it is, it's Warped Tour, just all around, that's just, there's so much you can do. But anyway, so Josh was first, and what was I going to say? I don't know, I was just kind of like, oh, hey, and he's like, hi, how's it going, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good, just hot. And he was like, oh, I bet. And then, he gave the poster over to Steven. Oh, no, sorry, not Steven, Brian. And he didn't say anything, I just said hi and thanks, and because, he's a sassy motherfucker, literally. He was, like, signing, and he's all, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, you couldn't even, like, act normal. No, you had to be fucking sassy. Like, and then he handed it to Steven, the other sassy one, and he's like got his shirt off, and I'm just like, that's cute. And then but when he was signing it, he kind of like gave this like smile, like at least he was like trying to be normal, right? He was just like, he like Like, yeah, he just kind of did like a normal, like, cheeky grin, and then he signed it and gave it over to Jess. And, you know, she was just like, hey. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. And she hands it over to John. And oh my fucking God. This is where it all, like, just... It was a good day. So, like, he took it. And he started to sign it. Well, then, like, somebody, like, asked about... Oh, yeah, because my friend Jessica asked about pictures. And we were actually the first 2 people to meet them. So, it was, like... Whoa, you know? So when she asked, he was like, yeah, I don't know. And so he was like signing my thing, but he was all distracted. So he's like talking to the members, like, how are we doing this, you know? Because they had tweeted about it, I guess, how they were going to do it. I don't know. But, so yeah, he's like standing there on my thing, talking, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll just wait here, you know? Like, no big deal. And it was like, no, obviously he's like holding the line up because everyone's like, ready, you know, like, so he's holding the line up, and then he finally goes, oh yeah, you probably want this back, don't you? And I'm like, nah. It was really funny. I'm like, yeah, I would like that back. And he was like, okay, cool. And so he like gives it to me, and I'm just like, wow, that was a fucking fail. Anyway, and then so yeah, we wait afterwards. And then my friend Jessica's like, should we just go in the line and ask? And I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, I mean, if you want to, I just feel like we should wait. Sorry, my face was weird. She was like, well, let's just do it. And so we go up. And thank God they were nice about it, because that would have been awkward if they were just like, what the fuck are you doing? So we walked up, and Josh was like, didn't I see you 2 already? And we're just like, no, of course not. What are you talking about? That was somebody else. Come on. And he's like laughing. We're like, but seriously, where's our pictures? He's like, don't worry, we'll get it all figured out. Just stay after and we'll do it. We're like, okay. So we walk away. And we're staying there and waiting. And finally, after they're all done with the signing people, they sure enough came out. But, you know, where did Brian and Steven go? Who the fuck knows? But they, like, seriously, like, vanished into thin air. We're like, where the hell did they go? Like, what? Because we figured if they walked away, we could at least be like, hey, real quick, you know? But no, they, like, literally vanished. Like, we're like, what the fuck? Like, what? So, so Josh, Jess, and John all stayed. And so, the first one we went up to for a picture was Jess. And I walked up, and she's like, hey, yeah, she just was normal. Like, she didn't really say much, but I'm like, we're just going to take a selfie. And she's like, okay, whatever. That's cool. And then we, like, are taking the selfie, and when we take the selfie, like, you can see, like, the Somerset logo in the back on the tent. She's like, dude, you even got our logo in. You know what you're doing. I'm like, yeah. Woo! And then, so we were, like, laughing about it, and then she was like, have a good rest of the day, don't heat to death. I'm like, I'll try. And then we leave, and then I go to Josh, and he's like, hey, look, you finally got your pictures. I'm like, I know, yeah, it's a miracle. So then we go to take the selfie, right? And I'm sorry, but I have to show you guys this fucking selfie. It is amazing. Like, I'm sorry, it's just the greatest thing on earth. Like, I can't explain his facial expression, like, or try to do it without looking like a complete idiot. So, just give me a second. It is right here. Yeah, that's... So I was like, woo! And all these people around me were just kind of like, oh my god, because it was just the best thing ever. And then, afterwards, I was just, like, thanks. And he's like, yeah. So then I walk away and I go to John. And oh my fucking god, I'm sorry, but that was the best day for me. Like, John Gomez-wise, that was the literal, like, best physical day it could have ever been. Like, if you could ever have, like, you could not physically have a better meet and greet experience with somebody. Like, it was that good. Like, I just walked up to him and I was like, so... hi, thanks for almost stealing my album cover. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. And he's like, I'm just like, well, let's take that picture. And he's like, okay. And we take it. And then he said something like, "Are you gonna come watch us?" I'm like, no, not at all. Like, fucking hate you guys. Why? Yeah, no. He was just like, "You're sarcastic." I'm like, I know, because I made the comment during the signing, and he's like, "I love it though," and I'm like, oh my god, okay. And then what did he say? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, he was like, "Are you going to our signing at 4? I'm like, I can't. And he's like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "I got a signing with Sleeping with Sirens at 5 or something like that." And he's like, "Seriously? You're going to skip me out for Sleeping with Sirens?" I'm like, I have to, man. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm meeting you as we speak, right? He's like, "Well, if you can, just try." And I'm like, fine. But, so yeah, that, like, was freaking amazing. And I'm really kind of wishing I would have just went, because, I don't know, man. Just imagine what could have happened. Like, I don't know. I was kind of stupid at the time. So, yeah, that whole thing happened. He went away. Well, a couple hours passed, and the Sleeping with Sirens signing is up. And I went there, like, a half an hour early. Motherfucking God, I swear, like, it was wrong how big that line was. I went there, like, super early, and I still was, like, one of the last people to, like, be in the line. It was freaking retarded, like, because they, like, sold the posters so quick, and I remember when All Time Low sold their posters super fast at 2012's, but my God, it was just, like, it was bad. But anyway, so after my long half an hour wait of standing in that line, I get up there, and, when I go up there, the first guy was Gabe. And oh my fucking God, I'm sorry if I fangirl at all, just bear with me. I barely ever talk about this little experience here with anybody, so it's very hard for me to, like, cope with it. So I know I walk up, and Gabe, he was like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "It's Megan," all nervously, and he's like, "Oh, hi Megan, I'm Gabe." I'm like, "I know that." And he's just like, kind of laughs. He's like, "I hope I see you guys at our show." I'm like, "Oh yeah, duh." Well, he gives it to Kellen, and I swear to God, in the most, I don't want to be, like, derogative, but in the most, like, gayest voice he could have done, Kellen goes, "Hey!" Like, I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And I'm like, sorry, like, I hate to hate Kellen, but you really sounded like a fag for a second. And he was just like, "Oh, thanks." And I'm like, yeah. But I'm, like, trying not to cry, because I'm like, holy shit! Like, he's right there, and, like, fuck me, dude. Like, oh my God, I just, like, I couldn't breathe. Like, it was like a panic attack trying to happen, but it got. So he hands it to, Jesus, I think it was Jack. Yeah, it was Jack. And he, was just kind of like, you know, "Hey." And I'm like, "Hi." And he signs it and gives it to Justin. And then Justin signs it with not much to say at all. It doesn't even actually say anything, I don't think, if I remember correctly. And then hands it to Jesse, and my God, I am so sad that he left. Let's just get that right out of the... My God, it was not fair. Like, especially after that, I was really upset when he left. So, like, Jesse, he's signing in, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, just heating to fucking death." He's like, "Aren't we all?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." And then he hands it over to me, and he goes, "And that's what's up." And when he hands it to me, he, like, winks. He goes, like that or something. And I looked at him, and I'm like, okay. So then I take it and I walk away, and I just, like, I don't know what happened, but apparently all my emotions kicked in as I walked away. And I was like in a hurry to the Somerset, because it was like they were, like, right after, like show wise. So, like, I just was like, I don't know, all these emotions kicked in, and I just started crying, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I just, like, literally, I went into, like, huge panic mode. It was crazy. So, yeah, that was Warped Tour. So, hopefully I can get this video on YouTube. We'll find out when I go to upload it whether or not it loads. So, yeah. I hope you guys watch the rest of my videos on my page. I love you all. And, yeah, I'll have more videos up here shortly.